everybody.
Welcome to season 4.
Can you believe it? Oh my goodness.
That was pretty cutesy. But there we go. Welcome here. We're really excited.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, we're
honestly.
back.
Well, yeah, we're back. It's just hard to believe it's season 4.
I know.
I can't. It's like the pandemic years are just smushed in my brain, and I can't even believe it.
Crazy times.
Crazy.
We had a pretty good flight back. In some ways, it was good. It's always hard. Like, it was funny. I had a good friend on Facebook saying, "Oh, it looks like an easy flight back," and that was sort of true because there was no pandemic rules, so we weren't scared we were going to get in.
And empty.
Yeah.
The flight was empty. We had rows to ourselves. It was bizarre.
We got so lucky. The lady was really nice to us, the first lady, and gave us a big, huge row because we had Bingley on the first plane. And then the second plane, they had us on E and H, and we're like, we're not together for 10 hours with the dog. That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But then it turned out the whole plane was empty. So
yeah, it was crazy.
Super convenient.
It was like pandemic all over again.
I know.
It was bizarre.
It was good. We laid down on the back, or we took turns. It was. But anyway, so it's always tough. And then, of course, when you get down, you don't think about this, but if you don't have someone picking you up, how do you get to rural France? So, we got in around noon. You don't want to hear all the details, do you? But, so I guess I won't tell you all the details.
We don't want to start the video all whining. So I think I think you should.
Okay, Leslie and I just pulled in. We've been up for about 24 hours. We're extremely tired. This flight was a little bit later today, and so, 2-3 hour drive at the end was a little bit dangerous. It was difficult staying awake, but we did stay awake, and great to be back. Well, go take a look and see how the Chateau is. A lot of shutters are closed. It's a little bit of drizzle right now. We'll go see how the roof is holding up. Oh, it looks like there might be some shingles missing up there. See that right there? We'll have to go take a look. We'll go up there and take a look. What do you think, Mr. Bingley? Let's go inside. Oh, you're having a run. You're having a run. Mr. Bingley was on a lot of airplanes today. Basement not smelling too bad. And we'll go turn the water on, see if we got any leaks. Go upstairs, up the servant staircase. Yeah. All right, so we're running all the taps. Mostly pretty good. Trying to go easy. Get the air bubbles out. There we go. Toilet water's looking a little rusty. So we'll just flush it a bunch of times. It'll clean out. So what just happened, Bess?
So we're on our computers. We just got here and we're just debriefing. We're exhausted.
Been up for 30 hours.
Yeah. And all of a sudden we're like, something just buzzed us. Like, bzz. And then you saw it go past your computer screen, and then all of a sudden we're like, I think it's a bat.
It was definitely a bat, and it circled. How many times did it circle?
A lot.
I don't know, like
20,
40?
40,
Well, I was going to say 40 or 50.
Yeah.
How close to your face did it come?
Like right here?
Like maybe
More than once.
6 inches?
I went under the covers.
Yeah, you went under the covers. Bingley was barking like
nuts.
nuts. So in case you're wondering how to deal with a bat.
And they go like this.
They just keep going around and around and around, trying to figure out what to do. Echolocation.
Usually they stay up high, but this guy
he was swooping low.
All over the place.
So the first thing you do is you shut off the space, and then you open up windows. So I opened up this big guy and this big guy.
Okay, let's shut it.
And it took him, let's shut it before he goes. And it took about a minute, but he eventually got out. So that's the excitement for tonight. All right, we rented our car. We went a little bigger, a Captur, Renault Captur. This is the one we rented in Paris, little tiny guy. We thought about getting one of these Kajars. This is kind of your big money car. I think this, ours worked out to about $400 a month, 460 I think. So 6 months, 3,000. Insurance included, half a year. So it's not great, but this guy I think was another 1,000 or so. Probably, maybe I should have got it. It's bigger. We got a lot of students this year, but well, hard call.
So how was our trip, honey?
Leslie doesn't like it when we whine. She says sometimes I get into whining, so, you know, forgive us for whining. It's complicated because it's not just the 14, 15-hour flight and then someone picks you up and you're home. No, you got to get out to rural France. So this time we got in around noon, and it takes probably 2-3 hours to get through security, customs, get all your luggage, get on the train and stuff. Then you got to take an hour. For us, there was no trains that got to Angers before the rental companies closed, car companies. So we took a 1-hour RER to Massy. Then we rented a car there, and we drove 2.5 hours home. And it was sketch. Like that was not smart.
Normally we get in to Paris like 5 or 6 in the morning their time. So it's usually pretty quiet, and there's lots of trains running because everyone's trying to get to work. But today, or whatever day, a couple days ago, we got in much later, like 11 a.m.,
yeah.
Which sounds not like much, but it was enough that by the time we had got through all the immigration and everything else, we weren't driving until about 2 p.m. So by then you're starting to get kind of tired because you've been awake for a long, long time. So I think that was...
You know, it was like if you've ever been that tired, like I was so tired where I was just driving and I was trying to stay awake, and then I'd feel like my arms starting to drop. And I'm like, that happened like 3 times. So it really nervous. We'll have to change something next time.
Yeah.
So, you know, you get to the place and you've been up maybe 25, 30 hours. And so it's tough, but it's only really the first and last time that we don't have a car. The other times we can figure it out. All right, first lunch in France. Just a couple of croissants, 48 cents, $2 of eggs, a 35-cent or maybe it was 80-cent baguette. We'll eat some of that. And then lardon with the bacon. And also the joy of France. Oh, I got the freshly squeezed orange juice. Oh, that's exciting. There it is.
So, Rob's at it already. Running the chipper to get rid of some of this extra that got cut down last year and didn't get pinched up, so that we can try and start a little cleaner and fresh this year outside before we start cutting more things. So always exciting to see things clean up. Hi guys, guess what we got? Remember how last time we had a little of a snafu in the London bathroom? Well, we have finally, I hope, we'll open it up and see, finally have some paper that hopefully will be a nice liner paper for us to put under the paper that I have for the London bathroom, and hopefully we'll be able to make this thing look great and use the paper without me having to get more of something else. So anyway, we'll open this up and see what we got. All right, here we go. What do you think, Bingy? All right, so this isn't gonna be that exciting to look at, to be frank. This is just gonna be liner paper, which often wallpaper installers will use, especially when it's a really rough wall. And we have just paper, not super thick vinyl or anything. So yeah, that's what it is. So looks good to me. I'm hoping that it feels good and is rather thick, which of course is what we want. Let's see how it feels. Oh yeah, well, we'll see how it goes, huh? We'll see how much this helps. Let's hope it does. Wait and find out.
Now, Leslie came and talked to me a couple days before the trip and said she wanted a bit of a change for this year. Don't worry, nothing too serious. What did you want?
It feels like we've kind of come out the other end. At the beginning of this journey, there was no pandemic. Then we went literally through this whole thing with crazy parameters of us trying to plan things and make things happen and execute things and all that kind of stuff. So it was a little stressful, you know, stressful and difficult and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I feel like we've come out to the other end of all of that. And I think it's time to celebrate some joy in life.
Yeah, so she was saying, and I mean, that sounded really positive. When we were talking, you were saying we need to have more joy and less drudgery. And it's funny because I think probably lots of you watching, you hear us whine sometimes, or particularly me. because it is hard. There's lots of hard things about this. It's not
Yeah.
simple, but it is true that we're trying to do a good thing, and you don't want to just be like grumpy
Yeah.
all the time. Nobody wants to live that way, right? And so we're trying to actively make a priority of finding joy this year a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so for things like, taking our Sundays off for sure. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but I think I'd like to try stop working at dinner. So no working in the evenings. Waiting for a reaction. Just things like that. So your life isn't just work.
Yeah.
Today, again, when you first get in, you have to fight the mental battle a little bit because you're fighting the jet lag and it wants you to despair a little bit. And so for me, it's only having a couple of, trying to pick a couple things you're going to get done, getting them done, and then take the W, take the win, and don't get all wrapped up in the mental games.
Yeah, we've definitely learned a few things in terms of going back and forth a lot with jet lag. Normally when we just go on one trip a year, you just kind of grin and bear it, you get through it. But now that we're doing it more often, we kind of just give ourselves 1 or 2 days off the top to go, you know what, if you get stuff done, great. If not, it's fine. Because you just kind of feel nauseous and gross, and it's just the way it is.
So this is super exciting. We always have Friday nights is pizza night at the Chateau when the students are here. And so, we got to be a little careful. We're doing the roof this year, so we got to have some financial austerity, but we saw a really good deal in Costco. This was $2.50, usually $3.50 on the internet. We're gonna have wood burning pizza oven. So that's gonna be super fun. The students are gonna enjoy it a ton. Oh, isn't that gonna be fun? Look at that, is it gonna be fun? Oh, I can't wait. And honestly, it's great for us because we normally have, we're gonna have 25 students, and usually we cook them in these things, but then they take about 10 minutes. We can maybe put 4 per oven. So you got 8 pizzas going, it takes about 10 minutes. So 30, 40, 50 minutes to do everything. This one, they advertise that a pizza cooks in 1 minute. So probably some of our guys who want lots of toppings and stuff can put them in the traditional ovens, and we'll crank those guys up. And then some that want the thin crust pizza, the wood-fired pizza, we'll be able to put this bad boy in here. Super fun. Only bummer, I got the books in there. Got a pizza stone in there, got the ceramic. I think the idea is you heat the whole thing up and then it stays hot. And then the heat, the heat cooks it. Now, of course, this is going to be little pellets going here. So, it'll be super fun. Now, it didn't come with a peel, the thing to pick up the pizza, which is kind of a bummer. But, of course, I married Leslie, who is always thinking ahead. And what did she pick up in a French antique store? An antique pizza peel. We'll have to clean that up, but, it probably still works, right? It's got the long handle, which we probably won't need. Oh, tell me it fits. Oh, does it fit? Let's check. We just got a little one, 12-inch pizzas. Are you gonna go in there? Oh yeah, you go in there. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, we went and got some wood pellets, and I started mowing the lawn. Whoop. And Mr. Bingley's enjoying a nice romp, and we got this thing going. It started at least. And we got the wood pellets in there starting up. Just put them in. So, but yeah, already we got some fire going on. Oh, that's going to be cool, eh? Is that going to be cool? Wood-fired pizza? 15 minutes to warm up. Apparently we're going to get up to 900 degrees Fahrenheit, 500 Celsius. Oh, you guys, so cool. Yeah, going to be awesome. Here it is. Here it is, the moment of truth.
The first tester.
Oh, she got it in there. Okay, it says 30 seconds and then we rotate.
Here we go.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks so good. Maybe 2 minutes? Was it in 2 minutes?
Maybe.
It's crispy. Yeah. Oh, the shizzle.
Let's go try it.
All right, attempt number 2. I think I made the crust a little too thick, but looks tasty. Well, we're going to have a ton of fun with the students doing this pizza oven, I'm going to be honest. And we're just learning still, but each pizza is getting a little better. That's my second attempt. It's still a bit too thick, but it looks really good. We also thought you might enjoy walking around the house a little bit and looking at some of the projects we're going to try to get done in the 2 months we have before the students come. We have 67 days from now till the students come. So that's the most we've ever had. Should be enough to get some good stuff done.
That's true.
Yeah, here we go.
Our basement bedroom saga continues. Haven't been down here since we've been back. This, of course, this little room is sort of like a little entry point for the girls' bedroom. There's an old vintage 60s something or other in here that hopefully they'll be able to use for some storage. And then on this wall, we're going to reconstruct an armoire that was upstairs. That's just sort of a cheap one that we'll try to repurpose so that they have a place for their clothing.
In fact, we figured out that both of them will perfectly go across, and so it'll be cabinets all the way across, which would be nice.
Let's go. So in here is the first bedroom, and we're gonna hopefully do wonders in here. Hopefully lots of painting. We're gonna change out that crazy fluorescent strip for a nice little cute chandelier. We have to do, what do you want me to talk about?
Oh, paint color?
Oh, well, it's probably going to be one of those blues, and it will be in a floral pattern. We originally called this 2-bedroom combo the gardener's suite back in the day, and so I kind of did a riff off that. These will be our grad assistant's bedrooms, but I kind of wanted to feel like it's a bit like the gardener's suite if there had been a gardener. Then the next room over here, great big door. We'll do something with the glass. This room was close to being done. However, there's still some priming to get done. I did a bunch of it when it was cold in December. Looks like it's holding up okay. I haven't, like I say, looked in here yet. But anything that's yellow still needs attention. So that bit still needs to happen. And then of course, we have to figure out what we're gonna do with our sad broken fireplace that Rob had an encounter with when we were trying to repair the glass. So we'll have to have a discussion on what we do with that.
Build something in there.
And then there's a little sink counter scenario over there that we'll see if you can do some repair. If not, we take it out and put something else there maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you can see, originally you were thinking about having the guys in this room, right?
Yeah, the boys will be on this side.
Which is kind of a bummer though, because there's a sink, which would be nice for the girls.
Yeah, but I think storage for clothes is more important than a sink.
Yeah.
There is the little bathroom next door that they'll share.
Yeah, let's go over to that.
Okay, I just want to say one more thing.
Oh, sure.
So the floor, I think they call them tomettes, which are old terracotta tile that it looks like at one point in time they painted, unfortunately. So I'm probably going to go with the whole weathered look at this point. We'll have to give it a very good scrub and see how much of it comes off. However, one day it would be very nice to try to, you know, strip this off and restore them. So I think they look fantastic. We'll see what happens for this time around.
Okay, let's go take a look at the bathroom for the GAs.
Yes.
So they don't have the nicest hallway. You'd like that to get fixed too, but we'll see.
Would.
At some point it will.
I really, really would.
Mr. Bingley. And this is a very cute little bathroom. But we've had leaks in here, so we moved this over a little bit.
Ah.
But I don't know if you can see how well you can see.
Dry.
And there's currently no light in here.
No.
But we do have a new toilet, and the shower works good.
Well.
We just need to build it. But the water works.
The glass enclosure is going to be a tricky one. I'm not going to lie in here. I think it's going to be our nemesis for this bathroom. But other than figuring out the glass enclosure and trying to find something that maybe either is, I don't think we're going to be able to do anything stock just because of how the base is. But we'll sort that out. And then we'll reuse that sink and vanity that we had originally upstairs in the guest suite down here for now. And then I need to find a mirror. You need to do a little drywall repair or something.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Okay, so my running theory here is that it looks like you've got sort of a cementy, plastery, the blue, and then all the way across the top, you've got it cut out. I think there was a roof there. Like they redid this area. Those are new beams, and that's a new floor there, because they were gonna put a bathroom up there. That's up next to the classroom upstairs. The blue classroom, and look at those two beautiful beams, massive beams.
It doesn't make sense why it would be on an angle.
I know it's weird, but I think it must have been a ceiling. Now you're not gonna put a ceiling there, right?
No, I would just like to level it off so it's even all the way around. And then I don't mind seeing the exposed stone and the beams. I kind of enjoy that. Yeah. But we do need to have an even a border all the way around, at least of this plaster drywall scenario, whatever it is.
So we'll see if we get to that before the students get here. That it'd be nice too, but that's not. The more important thing is the shower.
Yeah.
And the tap.
Shower, sink.
And we got to rehook up that too. The radiator's not working right now.
Mirror, lights, you know.
Lots to do.
The basics.
We really hoped we'd be done the linen bathroom at Christmas, but it did not happen. But we will get it done now. In fact, that's what I'm going to hit this next week. What's still to come in here, Bess?
Well, lots. Obviously walls, molding.
This was the wallpaper that gave us so much trouble.
Yeah, and it's still trouble.
Yeah, there's some spots.
It's still trouble.
Put some stuff in front of it.
Anyways,
yeah.
We have to install the shower enclosure. We have to get a sink. We have to get a mirror, get some lights. If you're changing out the toilet, that needs to happen.
Finish the toilet. We're gonna put a light up there.
And the chandelier. Yeah.
Kind of hoping it's all gonna be done this week, but we'll see. This next week.
You are an optimistic fellow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it'll be good to see it done. We got some good video. We'll edit all it. By the way, we'll edit all of it into a big London bathroom video too, which will be fun. Okay, Bess. So let's take a look around at the house and see what we found. See what the problems were.
Sure. Every once in a while, when we come home, there's always something to greet us that is unusual. Apparently, this was our little mirror that I had made, I don't know, a year ago, to go in our powder room, that we had found a frame, and then we got some mirror cut. And it looks like the old, tattered rope that it was hanging from must have broke. I don't know how it did that. And so my poor little pieces are all falling apart. And so we're gonna have to piece it back together and
get a wire.
I get a wire, yeah, exactly.
Very important to come up to the attic when we first get back to the chateau and make sure the gutters are unplugged. Did see one issue, but this is not a roof issue. Put a light on this. This is, that's an air valve that seems to be leaking. So I have a bit of a thing under it. And we'll see how much that leaks. Obviously we don't want this to go through to the ceiling below. So that leak up in the attic, you can see the effect here. That dial was all the way, it was at 2, which was directly up, and the water pressure has dropped that much. So I turned it all off for now, and we'll get that piece replaced, hopefully. We'll probably have to empty the whole thing. But really, you know, not bad considering. And this was another spot that was a problem. Looks empty now, so that's good news. But this is, we're sitting right under one of the basins, and there was a bunch of little tiny pinholes that were leaking all the time. And so I put some caulking on them, and that seems to have done the job. So that's good. This is our leakiest room. And it looks like we've developed quite a few leaks. This wasn't even leaking when I left, but I'm glad I put a pail there because it is definitely wet. And got water there. Not too bad over here. And then we've got quite a bit of water over here. Lots of water. And unfortunately water underneath the tarp too. So this is the worst spot in the house for leaks. Right there. Tomorrow we gotta get up there and see what we can do. Now this does my heart well. Look at that. That is, oh, it looks like, okay, so the grate came out, but man, that's a lot, it's a lot less plugged than normal. So we'll fix that tomorrow. All right, I'm just up in the attic and got the windows open, nice breeze coming through, and I'm feeling we'll air it all out and also dry it out. And I've emptied all the pails and I've swept away from where it's wet. So hopefully now the air can get to that and dry it out a little bit. We got a few days of dry coming up. It's not too bad, but there are a couple spots that definitely got wet. Can't wait for this roof to get done. Also found something else. This is interesting. I'm gonna walk into this other room, which currently is the leaking boiler room. Now sometimes we find dead pigeons. And I'll give you a warning. I found a really small little guy. He must have died some time ago. It's a small dead bat. And so don't look if you don't want to, but I'm gonna go show it to you. Just a little tiny guy. Looks like a little mousey. Isn't he small? Flip him over. Poor little guy. Yeah, they're nothing to be scared of. Look how small they are. But when they're whipping around, they're kind of scary. And here, again, you can see our bowing wall seems to maybe even be bowing a little bit more. So as our structural engineer suggests, we need to put a cinder block wall all the way across. Remember, this bowing wall broke, all the bottom broke years before we got here. So it's not a new problem. And technically, this is not a bearing wall. And so it's a very long span across, all the way from here over to there. And really that middle one's not much of a bearing wall either. I mean, it's pretty thin if you look at it. So they could really use some more support there. After returning the rental car to Paris, I had to take the train back to Angers, and we figured while we're there, we may as well go to a brocante.
Yeah, it's always good to go check it out and see if there was anything new from when we were here last time. So, you know, I saw a few things. Nothing that we really need, unfortunately, but this is a really fun little piece. Has a like clock inside, but yet the bottom part's cupboards. I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah, my eye went to this weird chandelier. Of course, I don't really know anything about style, so we shouldn't even have me comment, but I thought it looked kind of, I don't know, kingly.
Well, yeah, it is medieval. It doesn't fit our house.
It's kind of fun.
But it's a fun piece, yeah.
No shortage of storage in the old French antiques.
No, I know, it's fantastic.
Yeah, beautiful. And so cheap usually, like a couple $100.
Well, and I was looking, they had little tags on each shelf that were still written. It was pretty fun underneath. And then this little guy I saw, because I thought, you know, he's actually kind of fun, considering we did have some on our property.
Now, in my opinion, these things are overpriced in France. In the States, it feels like you get them for 40 or 50 bucks.
Oh, no.
More than that.
Yeah.
But
it's
here,
about the same price at home.
Really?
That's what's weird.
$280.
So these are cast iron. They're very, very heavy. I wish I could bring the ones I have at home here, but
yeah. I think this personally is really cool, but you're saying not so cool. $690, so big, you know, rusted gate metal thing.
I like the idea. I don't think it's very old, and it feels a lot of money for something not very old.
Yeah. What's up with this?
Those are just little cast iron things that you put in the fireplace. It's just fun that they always have little faces on them.
Amuse bouche.
Yeah. Just a piece of cement. But for some of our fireplaces that have lost this, that would be a really nice, like even this. Like they're just nice little decorative things that we could use for some of the fireplace spots that don't have it anymore. All right, back from Angers and back to the house. We found one little thing in the brocante. $6, €6. That's a pretty good deal. Some French Monopoly. So I wanted to see what the places are. Let's see what the expensive ones are. Oh, I'm going to say it wrong. Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées. Rue de Paix. I don't know where that one is. Saint Gare. Montparnasse. Kind of fun. Lyon. Yeah, good deal for $6. Gare du Nord. And while we're at it, it was Valentine's Day, and I did not buy Leslie flowers, which Leslie said was actually unusual. And so, of course, we got to France, and guess how much this is? 7 tulips. Guess how much? $2 in the grocery store. So the record is preserved, and we have some nice flowers. Walking around the outside of the house, noticed a few things. Number one, the hedge is not doing bad. You know, it's, I mean, we're not there yet. Remember, we cut like, I don't know, half of it off, 1.5 feet after the worms took it. And so there's almost no green when we did it, but it's come back significantly. And look at Nathan and Sarah did all those great wood chips in there. And there's cardboard underneath, so that's gonna help keep the weeds down. So we'll clean that up and that'll be great. Also noticed up on the roof, you can see that area gets shaded most of the winter, and you can see it's a bit green. So there, you know, there it is. And noticed a couple other things. It looks like there's some areas of the house that have a lot of ivy. Like the ivy's taking over. Let's zoom in there. See what I'm talking about? It's a bed of ivy. It might just be the time of year, I'm not sure, but there's that. One last thing. Up here, way up here, you know, those are mistletoe, right? Is that what they are? I think,
Yeah, I think someone told me they are, is it mistletoe, I believe, those balls way up in the tree. And I guess it actually kills the tree, but I'm also told that it's protected in some parts of France. You don't really see it when the leaves are there, but now that the leaves are out, you can see there's interesting guys up there.
So thanks for coming along on the journey so far, and we have lots more to come. This should be an interesting year for us, so hopefully you tune in. See you later.